Squish, squish, squish. Hey everyone, Mad Lion here. How is it going? The other day, well, not the other day, like, it was a while ago. Okay, I'm sorry, it was a while ago. This took a long time. I popped this graphic up on a community post and just said, give me a character and I will tell you how I feel about this character, the people I ship romantically with them, my non-romantic OTP, my unpopular opinion about this character. Between YouTube and Twitter, I got 20 responses and 20 characters. It took me a really long time to think about, what do I think about these people? What are my feelings about these characters? It was a journey of self-discovery. I'm gonna break this into 3 videos. I'm gonna start with MahoYaku since I only had 3 for them. Who were those 3? These guys! So I got Mithra, Heathcliff, and Owen. I have some interesting thoughts on them. Let's start with Mithra! You're up first, buddy. You're up first. I'll talk to you guys later. I have a weird relationship with Mithra because he's not my favorite and, you know, he's really, really gross, but for some reason I find him really, really attractive and I don't know why. I don't know, maybe it's like, you know, he's gross, he's dumb, and yet he's super, super hot and I hate it. I hate it! I'm going to actually say Akira, the main character. I love Mithra and Akira together, and I'm really mad we don't have an Akira manju so I can put them on the screen together. Maybe I can just like put a graphic up there. Yes, Akira is the main character, and therefore me, and therefore I guess that makes me Yumejo for Mithra, which would be kinda weird, but relate to my answer to question 1. But anyways, Akira and Mithra have great chemistry, and I love how much Akira just cares, you know, about Mithra and about making sure he's happy and making sure he's getting some sleep, because he's obviously not. So yeah, that's my unexpected ship for question 2. It's Mithra and Akira, the sage. Oz. It's Oz, not because I want them to be best friends. In fact, I want them to keep kind of hating each other in their lazy cat sort of way. You know how, like, you have cats who live together, but they don't really like each other, and they just kind of tolerate each other's existence until they get into a fight, and then after the fight, they just, you know, ignore each other again. That's their dynamic, and I love it, and I'm happy that we have tons and tons of stories with their, you know, angry cats who hate each other but live together dynamic. But I think we can still have more because I love it so much. Yeah. Oh! Mithra, Oz, you guys keep doing your thing. I guess my unpopular opinion is that he's actually not my favorite wizard from Northern Country. In fact, he's my least favorite. I feel like the other 4 Northern wizards just kind of step up the unhinged factor so much that Mithra kind of, you know, fades into the background for me. I'm not saying I dislike him, he just is kind of low on my Northern Country ranking. I still need to figure out my personal feelings for Mithra. Until that happens, I'm just gonna... Maybe it's the stitches. Maybe I have a thing for this. Okay, moving on. Next up, Heathcliff, our good boy Heathcliff. Honestly, I didn't really think much of him at first because when he first showed up, I was distracted by the chaos of the other characters, but Heathcliff has grown on me as a very good boy who just needs to work on his confidence, and also I love his hairstyle. I love the way they have his hair pulled back like this. It's so cute. I feel like this Shino manju would attempt to kill me in my sleep if I said anyone other than Shino for question 2, so yeah. Shino, congratulations, you win. By the way, is anyone else bothered by how similar Oz and Shino look, at least in manju form? Like, I keep grabbing the wrong manju. Like, when I want to get Oz, I always pull Shino, and when I want to get Shino, I always pull Oz. They're so similar. Like, oh man, I should, like, label them. Faust is my answer to this question. I love how much Heathcliff respects Faust as a teacher and how good Faust is with Heathcliff as a student. They just have a really nice, easy mentorship vibe, and I love it. Granted, I am basing most of this on the first stage play and that Kyou no Choshoku wa Ojiya, the Ojiya song, where, yeah, they're singing about making breakfast, but Heathcliff and Faust are also singing about magic and the basics of magic, and Heathcliff is talking about how much Faust taught him, and like, that just left a really, really strong impression on me. I don't have an unpopular opinion because there's really nothing bad to say about Heathcliff. In fact, I think Heathcliff is a perfect example of how to do the poor little rich boy trope in a different way from what we've seen. He's not trying to compensate for anything or prove himself. He's just trying to live his life and figure out his existence and also, you know, babysit Shino along the way. I guess, honestly, I guess they're kind of babysitting each other, but at the same time, you can see Heathcliff is just like, Shino, do this, don't that, like, I respect that a lot, that they have taken a pretty common character trope and done it in a way that's different from other poor little rich boy character tropes, which makes Heathcliff really, really good. Let's move on to the next wizard. Owen, Sir Owen. Let's give some background here. I have a few types that I tend to like. I like the angry big. I like the friendly big. I like the asshole in glasses. And I like the completely unhinged ones. And Owen falls into that last category of completely unhinged. He's one of my favorites because he's the perfect example of how to make a character that is, let's say it again, completely unhinged, but also incredibly intriguing and often comical in how just kind of weird yet innocent he is. And it's really, really good. Also, Asanuma-san does a great job bringing him to life. Absolutely none. None at all. I honestly cannot see Owen handling any sort of romantic relationship, not even a toxic one, because it would involve some sort of giving, and Owen does not give, he only takes, and he has made that very, very clear. Now, to be perfectly honest, I actually couldn't pick anyone for this question too, because Owen is such a loner, and I think, you know, he's a loner by choice. He pushes people away. But I do want to acknowledge that I very much enjoy his twisted relationship, obsession, whatever with Kain. Not really in a romantic way, but in more of kind of a horror, suspense, thriller kind of way. Does that make sense? This is a bad relationship, okay? It's really, really bad, but it's also really intriguing to watch and explore. So I do enjoy the Kain-Owen moments. Oh, wait, that was backwards. The Kain-Owen moments that we've been given. I don't know if this is unpopular, but this is just something I think about Owen and that I really like about him. Owen's affliction from the Great Calamity is my favorite because it's so psychological. It's just him losing his barriers and being his honest self, and his honest self is a lonely, scared child. Even when he's not afflicted, he still behaves like a lonely, scared child, but in the, you know, lashing out and closing up sort of way. So even when he's afflicted, he's still Owen, just a different Owen that he doesn't want us to see, and he would never allow us to see otherwise. And it's very interesting to see how they have written this damage he took as not really changing him physically like some of the other wizards experience, but forcing him out of his comfort zone and forcing him to become his really true self, who is just a scared child waiting for his knight to come along and save him. There's so much analysis I could do on just Owen and Kain and Owen again. Like, I could make a whole video about this. So those are my thoughts on the Mahotsukai no Yakusoku, MahoYaku, Promise of Wizards characters that y'all gave me. That's Mithra, Owen, Heathcliff, not in that order. Hey, just gonna say, if we ever do this again, ask me what I think about Nero and Bradley, because you will actually get some shippy content there if that's your thing. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be back someday with either Idol 7 and or Hypnosis Microphone character thoughts. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and take a look at whatever pops up on screen. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever, and see you later. Bye!